everyone! Welcome back to some more Let's Play Black Mesa. In the last episode, we navigated our way through the hazardous materials high security storage, which we found populated by all sorts of mines and tripwires, and Marines, who apparently are here to rescue the facility from everyone in it, including us. We're considered, I suppose, collateral, and no one should know what was going on in here, and they've been tasked with destroying the scientists, the security officers, and us! We eventually fought our way through there, got up to the surface, and realized we don't want to be up there. We managed to reach a scientist who told us that we want to get to the Lambda complex. The scientists there might be able to undo this silliness, but we'll have to get through the rocket test labs first, which is where we're currently located. This area is populated by some hostile biological life forms, according to the intercom system, now controlled by the Lotaeri. We can hear the biggest one of them we've seen so far. Here. It can detect sound extraordinarily well. And we need to use grenades to sneak past it. To destroy it, we need to turn on the rocket engine, which has been left in an unfueled, unpowered state. We've turned on the power in the last episode, and are now looking to get the fuel back on. A heads up that checking the last video for the radioactive sections I had talked about, it looks like it's probably going to be choppy, very stuttery. I am uploading it to YouTube at this moment to test to see how YouTube's player will work. But these videos are also extraordinarily large compared to other videos I uploaded. Most of them are about 40 gigs in size for a single hour's video, thanks to the resolution I'm playing this on. As such, it will take about 2 or 3 days for it to render, I suspect. I did notice, I guess I'll show you really quick, hopefully this won't ruin the recording. Oh god! Is there another one of you? No, just one of you. What the heck? Oh, it scared me. Okay. There is an option in the video called radioactive noise shader. I'm assuming this was what was doing the cool effect. I've turned it off now, and we'll see the next time we reach some radioactive goo, which will be later in this video, depending upon how far we get in it. We'll see if that still is likely creating it will create the issue. I hope it will not do so. I do wonder what type of fuel this rocket likely requires. Actually, it wouldn't matter how curious I am. I know nothing about fuel systems, how to inject them, how they operate, what types of fuel is out there, aside from leaded or unleaded. I am quite clueless when it comes to anything of that sort. Still another head crab down there somewhere. Oh, good for it staying on top of those pipes, hoping to get us. We can't fit under that. Ooh. Oh, wow! Alright. Well, that's a fate we don't ever want. No one wants their skull cracked open like that. Holy crap, that looks awful. Ah, okay, there's our way down. I don't know if I mentioned it, but most of your weaponry will not work underwater. Shotguns cannot be fired here. Neither can our MP5. You can throw grenades, but they won't really go anywhere, although I believe they will detonate. These will float on top of the water if thrown. Your pistol, though, will work underwater. I think you could actually use the crowbar, too, as weird as that is, considering that it would be an extraordinarily ineffective weapon to swing underwater, given the amount of resistance water tends to inflict on any swinging items. Thrusting might work well for it otherwise. I suppose you can use the sharp tip for such a purpose. It's so weird how this water is completely crystal clear, and yet, like, it's reflecting what's above it in a way. Like, we don't see the pipes up here reflected in the water. It looks like a perfectly round tunnel, but yet we're not down there. Okay, 1 second. Game minimized. Glad it happened there. I wonder how that will look on the upload, or after I'm done editing the video. Love the sound of all the water in here, too. And I suspect that this area is supposed to look like this. Once again, I don't know why they use so much water here. This isn't for a transport. Is it to cool the fuel that runs in here? Or maybe this is used as some sort of filter? Or mixed with the water that they have around here? Oh. More grenades. Use a grenade? Get a few grenades. They hear me. Now I can definitely hear them. Not doing so well on getting the head crabs controlling them. It does speak somewhat to their resilience if they're immediately able to regain control of their normal selves and then immediately begin looking for another host instantly. Glorious! Shotgun shells. Say no to more of them. Well, there's a ladder that goes down and a ladder that goes up. I don't see any barnacles here. And the ladder that goes up is off limits. We cannot reach the rungs. I don't think we're allowed to stack things there either to reach them. Not that I would have very much in the way of doing that, especially since I tossed a box down here willy-nilly. That one, in fact. So, down we go. So, it occurs to me that the fuel they use here must be experimental as well, perhaps. This entire area was designed to test it. And perhaps the power, they were looking to test new ways to create it? Or maybe that was just a standard power for the entire area. Maybe they were working on some sort of new generator or battery, and that was a good place for them to test it. In the original game, this was very dangerous. The ladder was not set into the wall, and you could be killed because we have to turn on this turbine. And that is a hint as to what we're supposed to do. If we hadn't thrown the box into the turbine, though, the fan, we might not have known what we're aiming for, which is to throw ourselves into this, to be taken up there. This must be... I am surprised that it doesn't throw you up from it from the sides. This is creating enough lift that it absolutely would do that. And those as well would likely be thrown around. Everything would be here. If it's powerful enough to lift us in a hazard suit up there. Unless the hazard suit can somehow modify the amount of mass or weight it possesses. I don't think it's supposed to be able to do that. Let's go ahead and do this. We are too high for that one. But not for the one with the lit light. They must be doing work, I suppose, on various jet engines here. Turboprops. Buddy, I don't know how you thought you were going to get me from there. I think we got more than just that one. Cleaning supplies. In completely sealed boxes as well, by the way. That's rather interesting. Why do they need sealed boxes carrying these supplies? Maybe they're working on various cleaning chemicals, what have you here, too. God only knows what the total amount of research or what projects they were working on here. Any of them could have been the reason why the military's here to put a stop to this. Or, sorry, not put a stop, well, it is now putting a stop to it, but to silence what was going on here. Wasn't quite all of them. Can we feed one of the barnacles? Let's see. We can. Let's watch it eat for a bit. It devours everything, but it can't seem to eat several of the ribs, which... Whoa! Which are a little too sharp for it. We don't need anything that's over there, so you can stay. But your friend might have to be killed if he puts his tongue down anymore. Oh, what the heck? You jerk, I didn't even see you. Now I need that battery, but I'm not gonna kill the barnacle to get it. I see that someone was keeping grenades and shotgun shells in here for some reason. I'd like to leave the barnacles alone. Let's see.
All systems report. Test silo is go.
I'm guessing that was a standard entry for Black Mesa, so the voice modulation of the intercom has been changed for everything it would normally be saying then. Well, they were testing this rocket engine, so hopefully whatever they were going to feed it is enough to actually activate it without it, you know, detonating and destroying this entire silo. Normally when I'm doing testing, we're testing to see if things work properly. Poor creature gets some sad music. Oh, okay, or not so sad music. I'll wait. Alright, let's do it.
Well, I guess it's true. If it bleeds, you can kill it. This is my little corner, and I'm sticking to it.
In the normal game, this security guard always died because when you activated the engine, it would detonate all the explosives that were set here, as well as throw you across the room. You take a little bit of heat damage, if I recall correctly. It was a pretty cool effect, honestly. I'm surprised they don't have it in Black Mesa either. All the areas we've been are now off limits. We cannot go back to those silos. Once again, I'm glad I've played through the normal game, since I know we're going there. We didn't get a good look at what the creature was coming out of before. I think in the base game, we also would normally get to see the body of the thing, which had sprouted those tentacles down here. I don't know if they still have that in Black Mesa. This also was a bit tricky, this part, in the normal game, because it was slippery and slimy, and you could end up dying rather easily thanks to a final fall that I think is here, but... Well, you'll see in a few seconds. I can't really make out what they are, but there are 3 of them. Like some sort of... I'm not sure. In the normal game, I remember them looking a bit like a giant... It looked a bit like a squid. Only with just 3 tentacles. These things look like they're individual entities. And now we get a revolver. The second, but I don't know if I talked about the secondary fires of our weapons. For the grenade, secondary fire rolls it. Primary fire throws. Primary fire throws the satchel. Alternate fire detonates it. I believe in this one, you can actually throw multiple satchel charges and then detonate all of them with a single alt fire. Primary fire fires as we've seen. I never use the alt fire, which lets you fire faster, but is more inaccurate, because if I'm going to do that, I just have this weapon instead. And there's no alt fire on the crowbar. That's interesting. I guess there's no way to, like, parry with it. These look like these belong to the creature for some reason. Maybe it filled up this entire room in this game. And these are completely unrelated to the tentacles we saw, although there are 3 of them, which makes me suspect otherwise. Anyway, for the revolver, let's show you. Actually, no, I don't have to do that. For the revolver, Gordon will dump all the rounds out of the revolver and then reload it via a reloading mechanism. One of those, I don't know what they're called. All the bullets come contained within it, though. So he doesn't have to singularly load each round into the revolver. Alright guys, let's see what happens here. This is where I'm assuming I disabled it, I'm going to hope that we don't have the graphical issue here. Okay, yep, so the radiation filter, noise filter, looks like that's what creates the very awesome effect, but alas, it's too much for my editing software, I think. So, I've wondered if this is radioactive waste, or if this is something they're trying to refine, or figure out how to utilize it. Based on all the other scrap that we see coming around here, I'm guessing it's just waste. Hopefully, it's going someplace that isn't the ocean, or some person's river. Some person's river? So, some sort of underground stream, or it's not being injected into nature out here in New Mexico. It could just be a constant cycle, also. But I'm not seeing any of the debris that we saw earlier washed back out through this. So either that's being filtered, for some reason the barrels are not, or this is in fact all coming from some singular source. This would be a really weird way to power something if they're using the water as this is a sort of a mill. So I don't think that's what it's doing. Maybe some of this is being taken up this chute. And this is what they use to create the fuel that we just utilized. I suspect that most of Black Mesa was designed with the idea of the player just investigating some cool-looking areas, as opposed to it making much sense as to what they're doing with this, or how this much toxic fluid, radioactive material would be here. like, taking at this place, what is this place used for? It would seem as if this entire thing could be filled with the liquid they're pumping into it, but is that what it's for? I don't know. Gordon is extremely lucky that fate would have it such that there's always a way for him to move forward in this location. Then again, I suppose that's the way it is for all protagonists from various video games. You have just enough ammo, health, or what have you to make it through these spots. Wow. The Geiger counter's going off, and we're not that close to any liquid. That tells me it's extraordinarily radioactive. We probably wouldn't survive a bath in this stuff. I like these giant tubes. Although I am always worried that they'll flood it with some sort of substance. But judging from the giant hole we just leaped over, they probably know it's not safe to do that without polluting the pollution that they have. Got something with that. Let's throw another one. I'm trying to be clever and bounce it off the wall to ricochet into something else. That can't be the creature we just destroyed, unless it has this incredibly unnatural regenerative ability. Mines. We've used these before, or rather we've seen them used against us before. There is no alt fire to them, to my recollection. Okay, and we have some ammo here, so I'll show you what it's like to reload this really quick. Yep, so we can't reload that individually either. I think it worked the same way in the original Half-Life. Good luck. Oh, sorry. Fired a few shots trying to make up for that. Instinct took over right there. in the base game, you would take a little bit of damage, shield and life occasionally, from the debris falling from the ceiling in certain spots. In case it wasn't obvious what happened there, when we saw the incredibly large, horrific, very frightening looking armored alien, it is impervious to bullets, or it seems to be. A Marine hit it with a rocket, which staggered it backwards, and it entered that one power station. It took a good amount of electrical damage, reared in pain, and then broke out of the area and began killing all the Marines. There's nothing else we can do to save them. Not that we would want to anyway, I suppose. Saw you. There's no way I'm risking going back past that creature to get us some more ammo. We'll just have to deal with what we have currently.
Oh, Jesus. You don't know how close you were to getting one between the eyes. Listen, mister, if you can get the power on, that train down there will take us to the surface. I would try myself, but it's a long way down to the generator room, and there's things in the way.
The material looks like it's soft or fuzzy to me that it's wearing. And it could be, actually. But it's incredibly durable. In the base game, you could actually destroy it with grenades. It would take 10 grenades thrown directly at its feet to kill it. But you could do so and save yourself the trouble of doing what we're supposed to do. I don't think you're allowed to do that in this version of Half-Life, though. We'll be coming back to where that guard is, which is why I left the recharge station untouched, in case we take a lot of damage up ahead. I want to know that we have a place where we can recharge back up our shields. Interestingly, the Vortigaunts don't immediately begin charging their lightning attack when they when they warp in, which is what they did in the normal Half-Life game. In this area, two of them would warp in, immediately begin channeling their lightning, which sends lightning out against the walls, which would hit the explosive boxes and detonate them. MP... I don't know what they're called. I'm still calling it our machine gun MP5 as well. But we just got 2 grenades for it. Be a pain. Ho 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 ho! I will not hesitate to use grenades if I see 2 people together. I've always had the bad habit, in normal Half-Life, of never using them, saving them for emergencies. I've been trying to break myself of that. Of that habit. That one didn't even have any lasers near it to activate it. It was just immediately armed and recognized us as a threat. So they're using some sort of really high-tech IFF here. Where there's one Marine, there's likely others as well. I don't trust it. We have 2 reloads for the revolver, so we'll use this for a bit. I hear sound hounds. We got someone's attention. Okay, but apparently not that much of their attention that they're going to investigate. We were given some of these. The enemy will just run over them instead of trying to ignore them. So we'll go ahead and set a few in case we have more hostiles coming from behind. Poor guy, right in the face a bunch of times. Of course, it's all the grenades, but I think that was worth it. Machine gun on that guy, too. I believe this area powers the tram that we are looking to find and take it to the Lambda team. If I believe that's what that one scientist had hinted at. Actually, we can't take this down, can we? No, we can't. Whenever I see something that looks like this, it makes me think of a listening post. People here monitoring what some people might be communicating about and storing it on these tapes. But that is old technology to be doing such with. You jerk. He was just waiting for us to come around that corner and just filled us full of shotgun shells. Thankfully, we have a hazard suit. I was tempted to use a one of these, because I suspected he was down here. Okay. Yeah, when I looked across at this guy, I was looking what type of weapon he had. And he had a machine gun, and I knew there was a shotgun guy here, but too late. I'm reloading here because we have a full clip. So one of my reloading rules allows me to reload if I can take a clip and refill my ammo back up to maximum, which I can do there. There might be something special here. Let's see. By special, I mean ammunition. Is there anything? Oh, there is some ammunition here. Shotgun shells and more rounds for the revolver, but we don't need either. Now, we've heard sound hounds, but I haven't seen any. They scare me. What the heck? They make a little clip-cloppity sound. They're not supposed to make a little clip-cloppity sounds. How do I know that they're running around looking for me? What the heck?
Power 85%. Power level is 100%.
They are very aggressive also. They do not want anything near where they are... where they have set up shop. Ah, this is the lift that the Marines had deactivated we were up there earlier. We couldn't take it down. I don't know how we're getting back. Actually, I know how we're getting back up here. Gordon, though, doesn't know that we'll how to get back up there at the moment. Maybe something will occur when we turn the power on. Actually, it probably didn't work because the power isn't on here. You know, which actually makes a lot of sense now that I think about it, because in the base game, that actually worked. Although the lights were out and you didn't have power to a lot of the other areas in this particular zone. There's at least one sound hound left. Good for it, running up and sneak attacking me. Thankfully, our hazard suit protected us. One turbine is not active. Unit power 1 is off. Okay, let's see if we can figure out what's going on. Kind of cool. I like the shadow from the flare. In the normal game, there were these creatures, which are not in Black Mesa to my knowledge. These little, incredibly annoying leeches. Energy leeches, is that what I think they were called. They were like these little lamprey looking things, probably about the size of your hand. And they would run up to you to feed off your suit's energy. Swim up to you, sorry. To feed off your suit's energy. They were within most of the areas that had water. They would also block your movement if swimming. Like if there was a passage like this, and you tried swimming through it, like I'm moving through it right now, and one was in front of you, it would block you. They were really annoying, and I would go out of my way to make sure I killed every single one of them whenever I saw them in the area, even though it would take me up to 15 minutes to kill them all. To my knowledge, Black Mesa did not add these creatures, thank goodness. And it looks like that was what was blocking the power station down there, or rather the pump. No, that's one of these things, whatever these are. Let's turn it on. What's the worst that could happen? Lights are on. This is... Oh! That was a misclick. Thank God nothing happened. That sound... That's the sound of me hitting the right mouse button when I have the MP5, that's what I'm calling it, this machine gun, Uzi, whatever it is, submachine gun, in my hands, and I don't have any grenades for it. If you hear that, that was, odds are, a misclick, and it could have killed me, so I'm glad, or heavily damaged me. I didn't have any grenades at the moment. That was glorious. Oh! If we didn't kill two, we got at least one. He must have been standing too close to one of my laser trip mines. Maybe you shouldn't have pushed. I got something for you too. Oh, looks like that one was set off as well. Good for you, Tim. Really clever use of those trip mines. There's nothing over there I need. That trip mine can stay. Okay, how we looking? 4 normal grenades, filled up on revolver ammunition, filled up on machine gun ammunition. Our shotgun ammunition's, I think, also full. Very impressive, Tim. Very impressive. Well done. You're amazing. I know that. Of course, it is just Black Mesa difficulty, which is the second hardest in the game. I thought about playing it on hard when I started, but, well, I remember hard in the first Half-Life. You take a lot of damage. Well, that was awkward. I thought it was gonna... Oh, zone us. It's here that happens, Tim. Well, that could have gone a lot better. Oh, we got the snot kicked out of us there. But in the end, we're standing and they're not. Oh, that was rough. That's also why, though, I left the shield recharge up ahead. God, those 4, that was... What happened? My grenade didn't land where I expected. I missed a few That's a cool effect. I missed a few shots, then I seemed to take out the wrong weapon in every instance when I needed something different there. Okay. Well, we've turned the power on, but we need to get the power restored to the tram.
I'm never gonna make it. You better go on without me. I'm so down.
Okay, he has nothing to say to us. So things are a little different here since the last time we were here. Because that window is open. Wish us luck, everyone. Here we go. So, we restored power to this area, but we need to get the tram activated. Units 1 and 2 need to be powered on from this room. Alright, everyone. Not bad, huh? We'll take this up just a little bit more, and then we'll call the session. In the original game, that was a bit further away from this room. You had to run down a hallway with the thing chasing you, if that's how you wanted to do it. And, if I remember correctly, you too could be killed by the electrical discharge, depending upon how you ran through it. And you had to stand there and pull a lever to activate it. There was no cover. You also didn't need to throw those switches. And while you were throwing that lever, the thing was incinerating you with its flamethrower. Take care, man. Good luck.
Hey, it's Freeman, right? Hold up a sec. One of your scientist pals said they'd give you a message. You're supposed to take this old rail system up to some sort of satellite delivery rocket or something. I don't know where it is exactly. The old guy was so worried about getting out alive, he didn't think to stop and tell me. Anyway, the main thing is, the military aborted the launch. So when you find the rocket, well, if you find the rocket, you'll have to get up to the control room and launch it yourself. He said something about a Lambda team needing the satellite in orbit if they were ever going to clean up this mess. Now, get going. I'm going to stick around and help any other stragglers.
Alright, then. Guys, we'll stop here, though, because up ahead is the next area. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching, everyone, and take care.